George Foreman, a boxing legend and cultural icon, passed away on March 21, 2025, at the age of 76. From his reign as heavyweight champion to his spiritual transformation and inspiring comeback, Foreman's legacy extended far beyond the ring. His impact as a minister, entrepreneur, and mentor left a lasting mark on countless lives. Known for his resilience, generosity, and larger-than-life personality, Foreman's story remains one of triumph and redemption. His contributions to boxing, faith, and community will be remembered for generations. George Foreman was born on January 10, 1949, in Marshall, Texas, and raised in Houston's Fifth Ward alongside 6 siblings. Though he was brought up by J.D. Foreman, his mother's husband, his biological father was Leroy Moorhead. In his autobiography, Foreman openly described his troubled youth, admitting to dropping out of school at 15 and engaging in criminal activity, including muggings. At 16, he experienced a turning point and persuaded his mother to enroll him in the Job Corps after seeing a television advertisement. Through this program, he earned his GED and trained as a carpenter and bricklayer. With the guidance of a supervisor, Foreman moved to Pleasanton, California, where he began his boxing journey. Initially passionate about football and idolizing Jim Brown, he ultimately shifted his focus to boxing. Foreman's dedication to boxing quickly paid off, leading him to represent the United States at the 1968 Olympic Games in Mexico City. Competing in the heavyweight division, he secured a gold medal after defeating Jonas Sepulus of the Soviet Union in the finals. The fight ended in the second round when the referee stopped the contest. Foreman's power was evident from the start, as he inflicted significant damage in the opening round, causing Sepulus to bleed. In the second round, Sepulus took a standing 8 count before the referee called an end to the match. Despite his experience, Sepulus was 29 years old with over 220 amateur fights. He was unable to withstand Foreman's relentless attack. This Olympic victory propelled Foreman into the professional boxing world, setting the stage for his legendary career in the sport. George Foreman launched his professional boxing career in 1969 with an emphatic 3-round knockout triumph over Donald Walheim in New York City. That year, he remained active, stepping into the ring 13 times and emerging victorious in each bout, 11 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Continuing his ascent toward the undisputed heavyweight championship, Foreman maintained an unblemished record in 1970, securing another 12 victories, with 11 ending in knockouts. Among his most significant matchups was a hard-fought decision win against Gregorio Peralta at Madison Square Garden. Peralta's swift counterpunching tested Foreman's defensive skills and revealed some of his vulnerabilities. However, Foreman followed up with an emphatic stoppage of the rugged George Chuvalo in 3 rounds, alongside convincing victories over Charlie Polite and Boone Kirkman. By year's end, Peralta and Chuvalo stood as 2 of his earliest high-profile opponents, both ranked among the top 10 heavyweights. Foreman remained an unstoppable force in 1971, adding 7 more knockout wins to his record. He avenged his earlier decision victory over Peralta by stopping him in the 10th round and flattened Leroy Caldwell in just 2 rounds. With an imposing record of 32-0, 29 KOs, Foreman was officially named the #1 contender by both the World Boxing Association, WBA, and the World Boxing Council, WBC. By 1972, Foreman's undefeated streak had earned him a shot at the reigning undisputed heavyweight champion, Joe Frazier. Despite his physical advantages in size and reach, Foreman entered the bout as a 3-1 underdog. The highly anticipated clash, dubbed the Sunshine Showdown, took place on January 22, 1973, in Kingston, Jamaica. What followed was one of the most dominant performances in heavyweight history. Foreman overpowered Frazier, knocking him down 6 times within 2 rounds. The dramatic display prompted ABC commentator Howard Cosell's iconic call, "Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier." After the final knockdown, referee Arthur Mercant stepped in to halt the bout, crowning Foreman as the new heavyweight champion of the world. For his first title defense, Foreman squared off against Puerto Rican contender Jose Roman in Tokyo. Though Roman was ranked number 7, he was not considered an elite-level challenger. Foreman wasted no time, dispatching him in just 2 minutes. one of the quickest knockouts in heavyweight championship history. In 1974, Foreman faced a much more formidable adversary in Ken Norton, a fighter known for his resilience and for having previously broken Muhammad Ali's jaw in a victory. The match, held in Caracas, Venezuela, was competitive at first, but Foreman soon imposed his power. A devastating uppercut in the second round left Norton staggering. Moments later, 2 more knockdowns followed, forcing the referee to stop the contest. This commanding win, later referred to as the Caracas Caper, improved Foreman's record to an astonishing 40-0, 37 KOs. On October 30th, 1974, Foreman defended his title against Muhammad Ali in Kinshasa, Zaire, in a legendary contest known as the Rumble in the Jungle. Originally scheduled for September, the fight was postponed after Foreman suffered a cut above his eye, allowing Ali more time to train and win over the Zairean crowd. Despite being the overwhelming favorite, Foreman struggled against Ali's unconventional rope-a-dope strategy. Ali leaned against the ropes, absorbing Foreman's thunderous body punches while conserving his own stamina. As the rounds progressed, Foreman's energy waned, and Ali seized the opportunity to counterattack with precision. In the 8th round, Ali unleashed a crisp combination that sent Foreman crashing to the canvas, the first knockdown of his career. With that stunning upset, Ali reclaimed the heavyweight championship. Though Foreman sought a rematch, it never materialized, as Ali pursued other challengers, including Ken Norton and Joe Frazier. Foreman's career, meanwhile, took an entirely new direction. In 1976, George Foreman made his return to professional boxing, determined to secure a rematch with Muhammad Ali. His first major challenge came against Ron Lyle, the world's number 5 ranked heavyweight. Lyle, a dangerous puncher who had previously lost to Ali, was a serious threat. Their bout quickly turned into an all-out war. In the opening round, Lyle landed a vicious right hand, staggering Foreman. In the second round, Foreman had Lyle in trouble, but a timekeeping mistake led to the bell ringing early, giving Lyle a crucial chance to recover. The third round saw Foreman press forward while Lyle countered effectively. The fourth round became an instant classic. Lyle floored Foreman with a powerful combination, but Foreman got back up, only to be knocked down again. Barely staying on his feet, Foreman retaliated with a hard right, sending Lyle to the mat. Both fighters traded knockdowns in a wild exchange. By the 5th round, both men were exhausted. When Lyle hesitated, Foreman capitalized, unleashing a relentless barrage of punches that ended the fight. The dramatic knockout earned the ring's Fight of the Year award. Foreman's next major bout was a rematch with Joe Frazier, who was ranked number 3 at the time. Their first fight had been a one-sided victory for Foreman, and Frazier had since endured a grueling loss to Ali in the Thrilla in Manila. Frazier started the rematch with improved movement, slipping Foreman's heavy shots. However, a contact lens Frazier was wearing got dislodged, impairing his vision. As the fight progressed, Foreman's power became overwhelming. He knocked Frazier down twice in the 5th round, forcing the referee to stop the contest. Foreman closed out 1976 with knockout victories over Scott Ledoux and John Dino Dennis. In 1977, Foreman faced Jimmy Young, a skilled counterpuncher known for outpointing Lyle and nearly defeating Ali. Foreman, fresh off a knockout win over Pedro Agosto, arrived in Puerto Rico just a day before the fight, failing to adjust to the extreme heat. Young frustrated Foreman with his elusive footwork and frequent clinching. In the 7th round, Foreman briefly rocked Young but couldn't finish him. As fatigue set in, Foreman faded in the later rounds. In the 12th, Young dropped him, sealing a unanimous decision win. Following the fight, Foreman collapsed in his dressing room from heat exhaustion. He later described having a near-death experience, where he felt trapped in darkness and pleaded with God. Believing he had encountered a divine presence, he vowed to change his life. Foreman retired from boxing, became a born-again Christian, and dedicated himself to ministry. He founded a youth center and became a popular figure on Christian television. In 1987, at age 38, Foreman announced an unexpected comeback, aiming to fund his youth center and challenge Mike Tyson. Many dismissed him, especially after his sluggish return bout against Steve Zuski. However, he kept winning, securing 9 victories by 1988, including a knockout over former champion Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Foreman continued fighting into the late 1990s, retiring after a controversial decision lost to Shannon Briggs. A planned 1999 bout with Larry Holmes never materialized, and although he briefly considered a return in 2004 at age 55, he ultimately stayed retired. Beyond the ring, Foreman became a hugely successful businessman, best known for endorsing the George Foreman Grill. Foreman married Mary Joan Martelli in 1985, and they remained together until his passing. He had been married 4 times before and fathered 12 children. His 5 sons, all named George, George Jr., George III Monk, George IV Big Wheel, George V Red, and George VI Little Joey, symbolized family unity. His daughter, Frida, pursued a brief boxing career before retiring in 2001. She tragically passed away in 2019. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.